And by the way, for that, nice work, Gary. Nice work. Yeah. Everyone. Now, taking off after that episode, the Hall of Warriors always had a reputation as an eerie locale. Decepticons feared it as a hotbed of paranormal activity, haunted by the statues and the spirits of past comrades. Few Decepticons would be brash enough to hold a ceremony on such grounds, known for its clues of impending doom.
Starscream, I don't have my part in this, and I don't have a comic.
Okay.
Yep.
Megatron, is that you?
Of course, some clues. Here's a hint. Are fatally apparent. TFcon presents Ghost of a Chance.
Bum, bum, bum.
Later, during a very historic journey, Perceptor, can you locate a place to set down for repairs?
Yes. I believe I can. The planet of junk is in this vicinity.
Let's go for it. Let me guess, another Decepticon rescue party?
Not in the least. It appears to be an inexplicable quantum string singularity.
Quantum, I can't deal with that now.
Thankfully, you won't have to. The string originates on Cybertron. It's a spatial passage from the Hall of Warriors.
Dun, dun, dun.
Maximal ship Axelon.
Rhinox, status report.
The base is almost fully repaired, but the Energon storm really did a number on us.
Yes, well, that visit from the spark of a certain obnoxious Decepticon didn't help matters either.
Don't remind me, Big Bot. That Starscream was one annoying customer. Glad he's gone for keeps.
I'm glad he's gone too, Cheetor. Now, let's just hope he stays that way.
I don't have a comic.
Right there.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry. I didn't see that, guys. I apologize. I don't take direction well, apparently.
Hire the girl.
This is so organized.
Script reading, this is bad copy.
How is it that I, Air Commander Starscream, could screw up so much and not read my damn script? Could I be defeated by these repulsive animals? Somehow, I swear I will have my revenge. But first, back to Cybertron. The special passage isn't accessible. Nothing is going right today. Well then, I have to be stuck here. I can always kill the time by killing a few of those beasties.
Somewhere in Predacon territory.
These energy readings can't be correct. He's still here. Indeed I am, and much closer than you think. Everyone is closed for the day. Not so easy to take control without an energon storm, is it? But since you're here, let's make a deal, shall we?
Outside.
Optimus to base. No sign of any residual activity from the Energon storm. But I just spotted something suspicious. Going in for some stealth recon. Beast mode. So, what have we here? Must be one of the planet's stranger artifacts. Hang on. Something's happening.
What did you do with Sparkbot?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Starscream! Starscream possessed Waspinator. He can hurt all over. Waspinator want revenge. Saw Sparkscream around here. Where is Spider-Bot hiding him?
I have more important things to do than waste my time arguing with an ignorant insect. Out of my way!
You two aren't going anywhere. If Starscream Spark is back and unaccounted for, then it's more than likely he's hiding inside one of you.
Slam.
Which means I can't let either of you out of my sight.
Or maybe it's us who you should keep all 68. Or maybe it's us who should keep all 68 eyes on you.
Yeah, look, Monkeybot seems overly aggressive. Maybe you're the one possessed.
That's impossible. But I suppose, in all fairness, we are all equal suspects unless we find evidence to prove otherwise. Some clue.
Raccoon.
Raccoon!
Clues. They can appear anywhere and in plain sight. Of course, some clues appear with no hint at all.
If I might interject for a moment, a cursory observation of your conundrum indicates the necessity for a more objective opinion. Therefore, perhaps I may be of some assistance.
Well, wait for it. That's just prime.
Okay, by the way, if you enjoyed that comic, you should know that it was illustrated by our very own, once again, it was illustrated by our very own Ninjatron. The splash page is available?
Yes.
Okay, come see Ninjatron if you want to purchase a splash page for autographs later. Okay.
Are we carrying on? Okay,
With
here
the
we
script.
go.
Unable to return to 2005, Starscream Spark returns for revenge on the Beasties. The same mysterious spatial passage pulls Perceptor to the Beast Wars, where the local Maximals and Predacons are suspect of being possessed by Starscream. TFcon presents The Enemy Within.
So, Optimus Primal, allow me to process the situation. You Maximals and Predacons descended from Autobots and Decepticons, and now I find myself in the future on this strange planet which looks remarkably like Earth. Well, perhaps not with those two moons up there.
Yes, that's correct, Grand Elder Perceptor. And Starscream Spark is here too. He came from your time after he was killed by Galvatron.
Galvatron killed Starscream. Well, I suppose the new Decepticon leader can't be all that bad now, can he?
Grand Elder Perceptor!
Just a little time travel humor, I assure you. I know only too well that Galvatron is another ruthless Decepticon leader. He blew up 3/4 of our ship just before I arrived here.
3/4? You don't say.
Yes. It would have been 4/4, but we made the better choice. And please, call me Perceptor.
Well, Perceptor, your timely arrival was not too soon. The blast knocked out Waspinator and Tarantulas. At least we no longer have Predacons to worry about.
Spoken too soon, enemies of the colony!
Colony? Where is this colony?
Mainly it's in Inferno's head.
Waspinator, Tarantulas, rise up to your feet and defend the royalty from these invaders. My king demands it!
Don't you mean Queen? No, Hellraiser. Don't you remind him. Hearing him speak is painful enough. Hellraiser, maximize! Optimus, we came here as quickly as we could.
That's terrible.
Not exactly the welcome we have expected.
I'm curious about your maximized transformation call. Do your systems require an audio command? Do you process multi-cognitive permissives?
Nah, that's mostly for dramatic effect. See, Dinobot, Air Razor, normally I would prefer maximal numbers, but your presence here makes you, well, it makes us all suspects.
Suspect? To what?
Oh, to still being possessed by Sparkbot.
Well, I find that hard to believe.
It's a sound, logical deduction. We're all in the same locale in a relatively short span since Starscream was last spotted, thus making us all equal subjects.
No. I meant I cannot accept such a scientifically baseless theory, as I do not believe in ghosts.
Could you buy it if we use the word spark instead of ghost?
Yes,
Well then, it's settled. Perceptor, as the only outsider here, you have to deduce which of us is really Starscream.
While motive is certainly a factor, Starscream would likely select a familiar skill pattern or ability. Now, I expect he'd be drawn to someone who can fly, namely Waspinator, Inferno, Air Razor, or Optimus Primal.
What?
Waspinator has already been possessed once. How do we know it's not Nerdbot?
A soldier has a point. You've been in robot mode since your arrival. Starscream's spark could be shielding you from the excess energon.
That is hardly necessary. My recent booster shot of cybertonium should protect my system for several megacycles.
Actually, it's Waspinator and Tarantulas who were last spotted with him.
No, not Waspinator. I was fighting the Spider-Bot. He and Sparkbot had a meeting.
Scheming arachnid! How could you deal with that traitorous ghost? He's selfish, conniving, dishonorable.
Exactly. I mean, we were not dealing. He tried to possess me, but he failed without an added energon storm.
But given the proper motivation, Tarantulas, I'm betting you could find a way for him to take control of you or someone else.
Then a surefire way to tell is profile discrepancy.
You mean like when Toy Package mix up Autobot and Decepticon?
No, Waspinator. I mean, if Tarantulas doesn't act enough like Tarantulas.
What about Dinobot? He arrived here unusually quickly.
Preposterous.
Don't light up your optic lasers yet, Dinobot. I'm afraid he has a point. Air Razor didn't carry you when Starscream could greatly increase his victim's speed.
We've considered everyone here. Consequently, our primary suspect is Dinobot.
Somebody call for a Dinobot?
Who are you?
My name's Snarl. What's your name?
Dinobot.
Dinobot? Me, Dinobot too. Name's Snarl. What's your name?
I just told you.
Snarl, how did you arrive here?
Me take same passageway, right behind you.
Were you also an Ultra Magnus' ship? I did not see you there.
Nobody sees Snarl in most of Transformer movie.
Hey, yeah, how come there were only 4 of them?
Poor Stegobot. Must feel so left out.
I didn't see him either. Well, there was that one scene.
My apologies for the inattention, Snarl. Perhaps if they had kept closer optical sensors on... Snarl, now where did he wander off to?
Perceptor, my sympathies are with your neglected Autobot friend, but our priority must be Starscream's ghost.
True enough, Optimus. But with all our evidence being circumstantial, the fairest method may be...
To let them decide? Well, that's an excellent idea.
Yes, that's why I thought of it. Say I, audience, if you think Starscream's ghost, his spark has infiltrated Waspinator. Do you believe his spark is in Waspinator?
Waspinator, thanks for your support.
It is in Dinobot.
Aye.
What about Inferno? No.
Aye.
And we mustn't forget Optimus Primal.
Hey, come on! Well, that's just prime. But, two can play at that game. Who thinks Perceptor is the number one possessed? Who thinks it's Air Razor? Really? Air Razor? This is the only normal character here. Okay, who thinks it's Tarantulas? Yeah.
Well, I never.
Interesting. But I have reached my conclusion. Starscream has taken over none other than Optimus Primal.
What? Perceptor, you cannot be serious.
Bad bit, but what's matter always knew it was him.
And to think he tried to shift the blame on us.
Let us execute both Spark and Primal immediately for the king!
King, that's the second time you've messed that up.
Oh, I see now. I was just a decoy to catch the real culprit off guard. Was that the profile discrepancy you were waiting for?
No, listen to me. I did not mess up. I was referring to the loyalty. The loyalty I am discussing, I am talking about to my
Oh, forget it! I hate Megatron, all Megatrons, but I could never get used to calling him so insanely ridiculous. He calls himself Queen, and you all act like it's normal. Are you kidding me? It is completely and utterly ridiculous!
Correction, Optimus. That was the discrepancy I was waiting for. Everyone, quickly, hold down Inferno. Tarantulas, launch a web on him. Dinobot, blast two adjacent web ends with your optic lasers.
With pleasure.
Expel the invader! My sacrifice is for my queen!
Unfortunately, he'll live.
Perceptor, you captured Starscream Spark in a makeshift ion trap. Well done, MacGyver.
You trapped me like an animal, which ironically is what you are, beasties. Tarantulas, how could you betray me like this? We were supposed to be partners.
Starscream, how could you deal with the sinister spider? He's selfish, conniving, dishonorable.
Exactly.
But me, I wasn't conspiring with him.
What about my initial trajectory that you wanted?
Quiet, you big mouth. Pay no attention to him. He's only talking nonsense. It's to be expected from the livingly challenged.
Well, so, now that he's captured Perceptor, can you take him back to your time?
No way! I'm not going anywhere. I've got to go. Much revenge to exact on these filthy beasts.
Shame on you, Starscream. Don't you know, even in death, that revenge is not becoming?
I know nothing.
Starscream, you've finally spoken the truth.
Now, if only we could get this pathetic guy to shut up.
Pathetic? Air Razor, I'm hardly as helpless as you think.
No. What a...
He's broken free of the ion trap and leapt onto Air Razor, but that's impossible!
Tarantulas, let me in for a visit, partner.
No!
I'm afraid Starscream has adapted beyond our technology. His spark can now leap into anyone. This is like Crimsy all over again.
Agony and such.
So, which one shall it be? Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Playing
Musical?
Transformers.
Which one shall
I
be?
We are dangerously running out of alternatives. Optimus Primal, We must focus on our strengths.
No. There is one more option.
Now, this is more like it. My revenge commences now, you accursed animals!
Starscream, be reasonable.
Reasonable, Perceptor? Not a chance! Now, would you all like to beg for your lives? Or I cannot guarantee any mercy, but it would certainly increase my entertainment!
That won't be necessary, Starscream.
Yes. Big Bob has a plan to save us?
We surrender.
Oh, you call that strategy? Next time, consult Rossman for all plans.
There won't be a next time. Now, do continue with your surrender speech, Optimus Primal, and feel free to compliment my brilliance and stunning resolve.
You never struck me as a coward, Primal. We can still fight back.
Dinobot, has anyone ever told you what a downer you can be? I mean, lose the negativity already!
I'm sorry, Dinobot, but it's pointless to resist an enemy that clearly has us outskilled, outcontrolled, and outfoxed at every move.
Primal, you must reconsider.
No, not when Starscream is undoubtedly in the right. We resisted him and failed. Vengeance is his just due.
Your nouveau clarity is quite refreshing. I shall reward you with a quick death.
And to celebrate my enlightenment, may I request one last transformation?
I never had a proper celebration at my own coronation. Sounds rather fitting to have one now. Go ahead, Primal.
Well, don't leave yourself out, Starscream. Possess a body and join the fun. Maximals, Predacons, Autobots, and Decepticons. Transform! Maximize! Transilus?
Terrorize!
Care for some dramatic effect, Starscream?
Yes, let's transform!
And now, everyone, transform back! Well, that felt exhilarating. How about you, Starscream? Oh, didn't feel the same this time around.
No,
Did it, Starscream?
no, it felt rather hollow.
The transformation experience, as a race, it makes us who we are. But it's something that can never be fully returned to you.
Rossman feel sorry for SpongeBob.
Starscream, I sympathize with your situation, but us beasties, we're not the ones who did this to you.
No, I suppose not. It was Galvatron. It was Megatron!
Optimus was right, Starscream. You have merited revenge. Return to 2005 with me, and you may get that chance.
Revenge? On Galvatron?
Absolutely. Perhaps my new leader, Ultra Magnus, would be willing to even discuss some...
You had me at revenge, Perceptor. Let's just go and be done with it.
One more thing, Starscream. Can you please find Snarl? He seems to have wandered off again.
Do I look like a dino sitter to you? Then again, the big brute may make some smoother ride home. Yes, Snarl, where are you? Good Dinobot?
Speaking of leaving, Waspinator, now may be an opportune time for us to vanish.
Yes, Rossman have Kleenex back at base.
By the way, Dinobot, how did you get here so fast?
Yes, did you utilize the space bridge, a sub-ground conduit? A wormhole, perhaps?
More like a plot hole in the script. What would you know about bad writing? I quote Shakespeare, don't I?
Perceptor, I regret not filling you in on the plan to trick Starscream.
No explanation required. Focusing on his self-pity, inflated ego, and thirst for revenge was brilliant. And I regret not informing you of my earlier plan to use you as bait.
Not necessary. I knew you'd be relentlessly objective. You had my full trust all along.
Really? Was it due to the Cybertronium kinship you sensed, or perhaps my aura of balanced energon?
Neither. I know you don't believe in ghosts. Now, do you have a way back to your time?
Yes. Fortunately, I had recorded the spatial passage frequency on my way here. It has been a pleasure working with you, Optimus Prime. It would be an honor to see you again in your... in my future.
Well, Perceptor, that would be... just prime.
Everybody, let's hear it for Brent as Air Razor.
I'll be signing autographs out in the lobby.
Mike J as Waspinator.
It's good to be back.
Ryan as Dinobot.
If you'll excuse me, I have a production of Romeo and Juliet to attend.
Christian as Tarantulas. And playing a very, very challenging role that I wrote this time around, Jody as Starscream.
Thank you, everyone. My coronation will be later on this evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've been doing the script reading at TFcon for several years now, and it's a lot of fun and everything. This was the first year where we had 2 voice actors joining us, where we were blessed with 2 voice actors. So everyone, let's give it up for the voices of Optimus Prime and
We also got to give it up to the guy who wrote this stuff.
yeah.
I don't know, what's your last name?
Abed.
Leeson. Abedi.
Thank you.
I gotta tell you, it makes it a lot easier when you have a fun script to work with and a good cast. And I thought we had a really stupendous cast this afternoon. No sides aside, they were actually very, very good at what they did. And that makes the story that much more enjoyable. So thank you very much for having us, and we'll see you again another time.
Thank you.
Just a quick announcement, the Cybertron.ca group photo will be taking place in the front foyer. The piano by the foyer. So the Cybertron.ca group photo will be taking place at the piano in the foyer.